together. Being 11 hadn't stopped Mum from sending Emmy to Wellsworth when she wanted to film a TV show the year before. I know you aren't too keen on meeting new people, but Lucy's different. She's family. We used to be really close. She's a great animal lover. Did I tell you that? She does some kind of work with dogs. Yeah, you told me. Her mum didn't say anything for a moment. Well, let me know how things go, okay? You can always come home. No, Emmy said. I definitely want to be at Wellsworth. And if she had to deal with her mum's cousin to make that happen, she'd just have to suck it up. Okay, I love you, Emmy. I love you too, Mum. A few minutes later, a lemon-yellow sports car careened into the parking lot and skidded to a stop. A blonde woman got out, yanked off her expensive-looking sunglasses, and examined Emmy. Do you belong to Pamela? I guess so. Well, get in then. Lucy popped the car's trunk and sat back down in the driver's seat without another word. Emmy tucked her hair behind her ear again. This was the woman her mum had so much fun with in London. She sure seemed different from how her mum had described her. Emmy heaved her suitcase onto the edge of the trunk and shoved it inside. Don't be a brute, Lucy bellowed. You'll scratch the paint. Emmy snapped the trunk shut. If Lucy was so worried about her car's paint job, she could have helped. Lucy pulled the car into traffic, and by the time they'd reached the highway, Emmy was trying not to throw up. Lucy drove like a maniac. She flew from one lane to another, making rude hand gestures with perfectly sculpted fingernails and honking the horn like a wild goose. The only part of her face that moved was her bottom lip. Everything else seemed to have been pulled, tucked, and frozen into a permanent scowl. So, do you actually talk or what? Lucy said. Oh, yeah. Emmy rubbed her hands on her jeans. Talking to strangers wasn't exactly her favourite thing. What kind of things did adults usually say when they first met? So, what do you do? I breed Chinese cresteds. Emmy had no clue what that meant. Chinese what? Lucy rolled her eyes. Dogs, she said, like that was the most obvious thing in the world. I hear you got into a spot of trouble at school last year. Emmy's cheeks got hot. Yeah. A spot of trouble. That would be an understatement. Even though she'd spent the last few months in Connecticut, Emmy still got an awful feeling in the pit of her stomach when she thought about what had happened. When she'd gotten to Wellsworth, she'd found out that her dad had gone there too. A secret school society called the Order of Black Hollow Lane had been after him, which was why he had disappeared when she was 3. Emmy and her 2 best friends had snuck into the Order's secret tunnels to look for proof that the Order had tried to hurt him. Unfortunately, Emmy had gotten caught. But that wasn't the spot of trouble Lucy was talking about, because no one knew what had really happened except Emmy and her 2 best friends, and the 2 teachers who had helped save her. As far as anyone else knew, it was all just a dare that had gone wrong. Well, I certainly hope there won't be anything like that this year. I don't want to be the one dealing with all that rubbish. I hear they've hired a new head of security, so hopefully she'll do a better job at keeping you kids under control. She? Emmy would breathe easier if the new security person was a woman. The Order was a strict boys-only club. Yes, I read all about it in that school newsletter your mother signed me up for. I guess the last fellow quit at the end of the year. Emmy shivered. She always did that when she thought about their old head of security, Jonas. She had trusted him, but he was the one who had caught her in the tunnels, chased her into the belfry of an old church and tried to kill her. All because of something that was sitting in her backpack right now. She clutched her bag tighter. She would probably regret bringing the box of medallions with her, but she liked having it close. As far as Jonas and the Order were concerned, it was destroyed. If they found out differently...